noticed I'm doing things a little bit different today. Did you like the intro? There's an outro as well. Anyway, last week when I was filming this video about schools in Amman, some little culture shocks kind of started appearing to me, and I was thinking about them, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a little cuter video this week about some of the things that I have found surprising over the last year of my son being in preschool. Now, obviously, my experiences are my own experiences, and they're not everybody's experiences. So this is not all kindergartens in Jordan. This is not all preschools in Jordan. This is my personal experience and what I have noticed from my friends and people within my circle as well. And a double disclaimer, there are two different kinds of kindergartens that you can have here. You can have kindergartens that are part of a wider school, a bigger institution. You can have kindergartens that are like completely independent, or they have lots of branches, but they are inside a residential building. So they'll tend to be a ground floor of a residential building or a villa, and those ones tend not to be connected to a bigger school. And the culture between the two, the ones that are part of a bigger institution and the ones like this, they're slightly different. My child is in one that is in one of these like residential buildings. So like I would say that there's probably some more informalities than you have in the bigger schools. Okay, so some of the things that came to my mind was that in these schools there is a different kind of relationship that goes on between the teachers and the parents and the teachers and the students, and there is some differences with the culture within the schools, so how gender is treated, for example, and social media. All of these things are in comparison to what I'm used to in the UK. So in a lot of these smaller schools, teachers will communicate with parents through WhatsApp groups, and each class or each year group will have a WhatsApp group. And throughout the day, the teachers will send photographs of the children and send videos of the children and the activities that they're doing, things that they're learning. They'll send them straight to the WhatsApp group so all the parents have them. So when my son first started at school, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. I thought it was such a good idea because you get to keep up with what's going on. And also, you know, like my son will come home at the end of the day and he'll be like, did you see my pictures? And then we'll go through and he'll show me like, oh, this is my friend and this is what this boy did today and this is what, you know, and he'll like, it makes it more kind of personal between me and him as well. And it's not such a separate thing that he goes off to school and that's it. But it does also open the door to some problems, because if you see that your kid doesn't look like they're engaged in the class, you're going to be instantly worrying. Like once there was a picture and in the background I could see Adham was like with his head down on the desk, and I'm instantly panicking like, what's wrong with him, because you know, picture only shows part of what's really going on. Like the teacher will forget to take a photo of one of the children or two of the children, and then you'll start getting this stream of messages from the parents saying like, where's my son, what's wrong with my son, can you fix my daughter's hair, and all of these things. So I do understand why there are some schools that don't allow any kind of parent-teacher communications, and definitely like nothing over WhatsApp or anything as informal as that, but yeah, it's just something very different. And so I mentioned how teachers communicate with children as well. So something that I've noticed is that the teachers are a lot more motherly and a lot more physical with the children than they are back in the UK. And I think America as well. I think that maybe America is a little bit more strict than the UK about things to do with hugging children and things like that. Here, the teachers, they'll kiss the kids, they'll hug the kids during COVID, yes. But they'll be much more tender towards the children. One of the first schools that I worked in, I worked in a KG, and there was a teacher and she kept calling. So, okay, if you don't know, here in Jordan, and I think that in some Latin American countries as well, when you want to get your child's attention, you will say mama. Yeah, mama. You say, yeah, mama. Like I would say it to my son, yeah, mama, go brush your teeth. And I'm not telling him that he's my mama. I'm saying like listen to your mama. It's confusing. But anyway, so something that I noticed is that this one teacher kept saying to the kids, yeah, mama, do this or do that. And I went home one day and I was like, I find it really concerning that the teacher keeps referring to herself as their mama, because she's not their mama. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? She's not saying that she's their mama. But it's like a term of endearment. It's a way of like, it's like she's in a motherly position. So it's kind of okay. or it is definitely okay. I still get a bit prickly when people say your mama to my kids. I know that that's not right at all. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, there's a lot of places in the West where you are not allowed any physical contact with children. And I think that when it comes to like KG, I understand totally why. But I think that when it comes to like KG age kids, it's nice to give them a hug and it's nice to give them a kiss, and like, it's just sweet. And they'll also be saying like, I love you all the time as well. And I think that that's really sweet. And they encourage this loving behavior. And something that I have noticed here in Jordan is that kids are often very, very loving and very expressive of their love in a way that I'm not really used to. So generally, there is a loving environment in the preschools. But what I found the most difficult in this entire process is in the very beginning, when you are sending your child to school for the first time. In the UK these days, you can go into the we call it reception. You go into the preschool area with your child and you ease them into the process quite slowly. And that's not private system, that's the state system. Like that's been integrated into the state education system. Okay, so what I expected when I was sending my kid to a private preschool was that it would be perfectly fine for me to go in. And with some of the more expensive schools, I heard that that's normal, that they'll make that allowance with you. But actually what I found in most of the schools is they will not ever allow that. They will not, they want to make it as quick a process as possible. So they will literally take the screaming child from you, physically, take the child inside, and then give you updates all day long. It's okay, he's doing fine, look at him, take pictures of him, everything is going great. Don't worry about it, mama, you're doing great. That was quite hard for me, and quite hard for him. It didn't start us off very well. You want to say hello? You're covered in chocolate. He comes up to me, he says, Mommy, why have you got paint on your mouth? And I was like, why have you got chocolate on your mouth? I didn't give you any chocolate. Hello. So yeah, that was a shock. Then there's also how gender segregated the preschools are. Okay, so gender segregation is part of the society, not as much in certain demographics, or not at all in certain demographics, but it's still part of the culture. And I don't think it's the end of the world to introduce these things from an early age, because it's part of the society, it's part of the culture. Why would you do things differently at that age? But I do think that it's a little bit more than it needs to be. I think it's a little bit excessive, especially with kind of saying like, oh, these toys are for boys, these toys are for girls, things like that. I think they might go a little bit over the top with it. I also feel like it makes things easy to deal with like how to organize the classrooms and how to organize the children. It's very quick to say boys over there, girls over there. So activities will often be gender segregated. And like, for instance, the school uniforms will be the same. And I really like that, actually. That's something that I've noticed across the board with school uniforms, full stop. You don't see girls wearing, like we have in the UK in the summer, we've got these tiny little summer dresses where you can't do like a handstand in the playground or you can, but like you show everything. And the boys get to wear trousers. And it wasn't until I think, I can't remember what age we were allowed to wear trousers when I was at school, but it was like maybe 11 or something, or 12. Whereas here, like all kids wear trousers and that's fine. And like the school uniform as well is so cozy. I'm going off on a tangent, but the school uniform is so comfy. Like they wear like sportswear to school. And I really like that. And the boys and the girls, they wear the same thing. But with the like the schools will have their own backpacks and their own lunch boxes. It'll be like personalized for the school with the school logo on. The boys will get one that's got like Spider-Man on it, and the girls will get one that's got like Frozen Elsa on it or something like that. And I find that strange. Like, why? What? Like, it's cute for the kids; they like that. But like, there are neutral things that you can put. Okay, so probably my final point that I'll mention, because I keep going off on tangents, is how social media is used. This is really crazy for me. Okay, I'd say like, I don't know, I'm gonna make up some statistic. Let's say half the country doesn't like to put their kids' faces on social media because of envy and things like that. Most of them probably because of envy, some of them because of like child safety concerns. Oh my god, so half an hour ago I had to stop filming because Hashim was having such a party in the background with Mummy's jewellery box. I managed to film a whole reel in that time for Instagram. Right, anyway, continuing. Right, so I was talking about social media. Basically, in the schools, they upload photos without parents' permission onto Facebook. They make TikToks and different things. And they don't ask the parents' permission because it's implied. Because most people, I guess, are fine with it. So in the UK, it is generally a rule that you don't take pictures of other people's kids, that you don't put pictures of your kids on social media because of predators, and child safety concerns and things like that. It's just like something I'm getting used to about stuff here. So that's my video. Oh, this has taken me so long to film. I'm gonna have to show you what Hashem's doing. Oh, not around your neck. My gosh, you little monkey. You little monkey. So that's the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Next week, I have a video lined up about Amman. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's about Amman. Everyone on Instagram that follows me will know what the video is about. But yes, inshallah, next Friday. Friday seems to be my new upload date. And I will see you then. Have a lovely week. Ma salama. Bye, guys.